Alright, hello everybody. Sorry about that. I had my mic set on the wrong thing. That's a great way to start the cycle. That said, I'm Palidore. Welcome to Week 7, Cycle 2, the first day of it, in fact. Kind of wondering why. Oh, look at this. Got the pre-game warm-ups going on and the last hurrahs as we get ready to start here. So yeah, everybody, welcome to the stream. Got everything all set up. Got the votes for another minute if you guys want to bet your channel points in there. And got a single match for you here to start. We'll have more a little bit later tonight, but that said, round 1 already up and underway. So, yeah, welcome everyone to Cycle 2, Week 7 of Season 3. See G-Dog in there, got Carson, Original VR, Pixel Patrick, you're Pixel Perfect. Let's get started here with this first launch in this match between Ultimate Crusaders Below Zero in the Bronze Division. I want to point out, I noticed something. Maybe some veteran players noticed something. Over on Below Zero, look at that. We got Nerd Burglar. Now, I imagine it's the same Nerd Burglar. Veteran player from way back in the day. Haven't seen Nerd Burglar in a good year or two, but now see Nerd Burglar back in the game. That's good. That's very good to see. Assuming it's the same person. That said, they save from True Shot, saving that shot. It's true. True facts. And Wild Ochoa has also appeared. That is very sealable poggers of you to be here. Clicky Pow with that disc and sending it over to the top. Taken back by Nerd Burglar. Yeah, Nerd Burglar player that, again, veteran players maybe from 2017 PC beta days might remember, played in ESL a bit. Met him a couple times at the Oculus Connects conferences. With that, Raichu surfs here, trying to surf down the street, but we'll be right back to him. Nerd Burglar actually gets a snag. Now up top to Redfire. Redfire trying to get that fire into the goal. Taken by Clicky, actually just past the hands of Clicky, but Clicky will have about a half second there before the defense arrives. See Jay trying to send the defense his way. And see 4-3-2-1 there, calling Raichu surfs. Totally poggers. Well, I agree. Pokemon are always poggers. Now over to that bubble. Anyone collect Pogs, by the way? Anyone even know what Pogs are? I collected those when I was a kid, along with Pokemon cards. Now, with that said, gonna be snagged here by Nerd Burglar. Nerd Burglar actually making a breakaway, it looks like. We'll have just a half second there. Now Shade taking the disc right back. So Shade has it made in the defensive zone. Another nice save. A couple ones for either side of the floor. Let's take a look at replay of that one. So Below Zero with the disc back. It's True Shot in that back line. See Captain Wigglepants in there, one of our new moderators as well. Welcome to it. And Vanya Pirate. Everyone's for Raichu, apparently. Well, bless you. Over here to Raichu. Raichu looking for that one-on-one, and then gets it done. So that's for you, Twitch. That's for you. It's Raichu. So first 2 minutes down, JC3 live in the chat as well. Brooksy Boy, Rickster, and Vanya. Nice to see you already. What, 60 people just about here. First match of the day. This will be the only match of this particular stream, but of course, as prime time rolls along in the evening, so a few hours from now, we're gonna get it going with some more. As always. So Redfire with the disc here at the bottom, sending it to the tunnel, gonna be snagged by Raichu. Now, it looks like Below Zero does have a player drop, unfortunately. Perhaps a crash or otherwise. Hopefully they get them back soon enough. Nerd Burglar with that disc, gonna sling it right through into that top corner. Will bounce, but they gotta be careful because there is a goalkeeper right in the way, Shade. So Shade sending it through, but getting stunned was Clicky like a sack of potatoes as Nerd Burglar gets burglarized, and that is right through the midfield. But with the midfield eyes, it's True Shot, the true eyes. Not to be confused for the movie True Lies, but the truth is, this is a low-scoring game so far. Raichu, though, gonna line it up, has the three-point shot! Makes the three-point shot! Arms in the air. And the little fist pump as well, and they are pumped up as they throw down. Crusaders got their 5th point. And with that, we will get a timeout. As, I suppose, expected. But fully capitalizing on the numbers advantage. Gotta do it. Brooksy Boy asking asking me to blink twice if I want Zero to win. Well, how would you know if I did blink twice is the question. Actually, I do have, of course, the face cams. I mentioned we're going to do more of those. I'll probably be on, I'll probably have the face cams up for the prime time streams. Not quite prepared for it right now. Can't expose the old caster's desk without my green screen up and such. Little bit messy, don't lie. But with that said, the return here of one of the players, that said now they have 5, so they may very well want to address that immediately. There you go, good stuff. All right, so it looks like I believe that player who was in user with a large amount of numbers is a rostered player as well, but looks like they got their 4th back, so they didn't need the alternate at that juncture. So continuing the first round here, 5 points up for Crusaders, and they're going to get possession right back. There's Redfire inverting and trying to find an avenue, but so many players in the way, and manages to avoid just about all of them. Get the disc back for at least a second, so some nice moves from Redfire certainly, but a turnover looking to be had here. Jay Wayment, that is to say, with the disc, but having it lost off the Geo. Redfire there to contest. Redfire with another slap through, actually would be slapped into the orange zone, into Crusaders' end, but the problem is, well, there's the midfield again, or the backfield, I should say, the 2 goalkeepers. Clicky Pow in the area. See Shade in the area. Redfire might have that lane. The stacks, you can see them coming back into the goal, so will result now in an overtake perhaps, but no! The triple dive! And a little miscommunication will by the Crusaders. That 7-point lead here. Little less than half remaining. It's up to Wolverine as well, one of our casters, as well as players in this league. Great to see Wolverine. And Infernet Galaxy. Moment. Will be a big lead if they can get another set of points here, but being stunned by Jay Wayment. True Shot still playing the back line, and now the spreading of the floor here. Nerdburglar to the other side. Will be contested by Raichu. So gotta be careful about that. Else he'll bite you. Now it's taking it. Here's Clicky Pow. But right into the bow tie as well as True Shot, trying to move up from the goal a little bit, but just evading the hands of a few different players here, as it goes right back to the orange zone. JC3 live, this is a bronze match here, below 0, only I think their 2nd game perhaps, 3rd game? First stream, that much I do know. Yeah, this is their 3rd game for below 0 here for Ultimate Crusaders. Actually just got them as another grab from Shade there. Got him in the goal. That's a nice one. I was going to say, Ultimate Crusaders, we actually just streamed at the end of Cycle 1 in Week 5, I believe. So, saw Ultimate Crusaders rather recently, but here for below 0, newer team trying to get their bearings. But I did see, again, Nerdburglar in there, and kind of piqued my interest even more as Nerdburglar gets that score right on cue. There's a 2. 3 minutes remaining. But yeah, I was kind of eyeing the rosters. This match had 10 hype votes. Then I also took a look at the rosters and saw Nerdburglar, who, again, presuming it's the same Nerdburglar, a player I haven't seen in a while, but definitely a veteran one, so that kind of got me even extra interested just to see an old familiar face rejoining competitive play here. Rickster might recognize Nerd. Rickster asking also what else I'm casting to be determined. After this match, I'll kind of slot myself in for the schedules. Was just kind of waiting for everything to file out, see what the entire night was going to look like before, fully committing to a block of streams. But after this match, I'll be getting the schedules all in line in the next hour or so. With that, some nice dodges there from Nerdburglar, and we'll get the 2nd score in a row. So Nerd deciding to take it into his own hands with some back-to-back goals in just the last minute or so. Last 45 seconds. Nice job by Burglar.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
See Freshy Fresh in there saying happy we stream bronze level as well. Yeah, absolutely. Definitely season to season, always our goal is to stream as many as possible. Of course, with the literal exponential growth that we've seen as a Cloud Shot might have been good, but True Shot is there. With the huge growth we've seen, it does get tougher and tougher to stream all the teams all the time, but We definitely like to stream every single division that we can, because with the whole ladder system, you see great competitive matches at every single division. That said, getting knocked out will be Redfire taking that disc back, another clear. So Redfire playing some pretty strong defense in the mid lane, going for that corner clear. Will bounce the opposite way now towards that wall, where Clicky Pow is there with Nerd Burglar in the area to contest a immediate fling over to the nest, but it was pretty covered. Thanks to, who's that, Catcher? So Catcher trying to catch up here to the offensive player, but catching it instead is True Shot. Now, True Shot, oh, that'll take an awkward bounce. Might actually go right back to True Shot, but no, we'll try and retreat to the goal. Recognizing that goal is exposed, and considering it was Clicky with the click, and pow from the stun, but right back into Redfire, as sends it up, and right to the dunk from Raichu. Raichu surfs, and Raichu hurts right inside the goal. Minute and 10 off the clock since that last joust, and look at that, just kind of a little hesitation move there. Was considering maybe a backboard shot, but then opted for the more guaranteed goal instead. Saw that they had a little bit of time, little space, so worked with it to pull themselves up by 5 points. 30 seconds left in this first round. So Raichu doing some great work offensively here, kind of counteracting what Nerd Burglar was doing for the last minute and a half or so. Got those back-to-back goals with that Raichu again, but Raichu stunned. So Jay with the disc, and will be a guaranteed win now as this clock winds down in the first round for Crusaders, Ultimate Crusaders, and definitely the start they wanted here in the start of Cycle 2.
That'll do it for the round. And Orange takes the win.
Alrighty, so we'll head off to score screen again, courtesy IgniteVR.gg, and gotta thank Ignite and Franz especially. Some new updates to Atlas, or to IgniteBot rather, with Atlas, easier Atlas links, and over the weekend as well, did some great stuff on the caster's desk, kind of on our side of the production here. But definitely Ignite always doing a great job to help our job essentially as casters. So gotta shout that out, because these updates have been fast and they've been awesome. So love me some Ignite. In this in-between round, take a look at those stats there. I mean, pretty close overall. Nerd Burglar trying to make those couple late game goals to pull them within, within the race, but then reacting right back just to pull ahead by that 5 was Raichu. 7 points in total for Raichu. Redfire putting the other 2. Couple assists there for Clicky Pow, and Shade with a couple saves. True Shot on the other hand, 3 saves as well. Jay with an assist and a save. Catcher with an assist, and then again Nerd Burglar those 4 points as we go off into the second round here. Alright, so taking that over now, True Shot with the disc. And looking for a fling, but will be snagged by Shade. Shade just shaking loose and shaking the disc just a little bit. As it gets a snag here by Nerd, maybe, or will just be User. So there's User, looking like a substitute coming in. On the roster, however, mentioned after that timeout, it was User who came in. And that is a mighty long name, I must say. Wonder if it means anything. That said, that almost goes in off that bounce. So Catcher will fortunately grab it, though. Right past the hands of the midfielder there. And right into Nerd Burglar's arms. See Callan as well in the chat. Good morning. Or evening. For those confused by Callan, don't worry. Callan's on a permanent morning schedule, so it's always morning for Callan. He means well. Somebody give him some milk. That said, we might see Callan a little bit later on tonight. Debuting there tonight on a new team. And with that taken here by Redfire. Redfire finds a goal. Got the defense all over. Didn't matter. But yeah, actually might see a couple new teams tonight. Just taking a look at the schedule before I start this match. I mean, we have Hivemind, who's Callan's team. Also have a team by the name of Seven, with a lot of recognizable names who we also might see on stream just later tonight some double debuts of some experienced players in this second cycle. But up here, it's taken by Catcher will capture the disc. And Clicky Pow over to the midfield. Taken now by Raichu. Raichu deep down that mail slot, almost through it, but instead will bounce. But a good attempt. Off the wall will be Redfire gathering that rebound, it seems. And now they have, well, not the numbers advantage, certainly. And it will be a shot taken by True. True right back. Raichu, I should say right back. It's a tap back and forth, just some ping-pong possessions here. Definitely a bold move on that first dive, but now a much more careful play, perhaps going to the nest, but unfortunately will be closed off. That defense getting in the vicinity pretty quickly, so didn't offer a lot of time really for the offense to work with. Now that said, mid lane, some plays going and trying to maybe get the self-rebound. Catcher here with a disc, but being snatched out by Raichu. So Raichu bothering that one, but taken back again by User. Oh my goodness. And Abuser at that. It's tied up 2-2. Now Shade nearly got the grab, but unfortunately, well, kind of did get the grab in fact, but will just be a little bit too late. So hey, tied up here, round 2. So with that launching out here, grabbing that disc and trying to evade that defense. Clicky Pow. Looked like a little bit slow on the joust there, but they will get it out to a start now in this first offensive joust for them in second round. True shot with the disc, and has Nerdburglar taking a little redirected boost off for the extra speed. Will Nerd get there in time is the question. Apparently so. So answering that and getting the disc back, but now diving into a tree full of defenders, and that is gonna be out of there and right past the midfield as well. So stacks incoming rather quickly here for the side of Ultimate Crusaders. Redfire is there. Will be contested now by Catcher. And Catcher with the slapper over to the station. See Nate Appleton as well hopping in the chat. Good to see Nate. Also, a lot of these players saw just yesterday in that stack, the stack Q&A that we had kind of for Cycle 1. So a lot of people in that as well. There were like 100 for pretty much the whole hour. That was pretty cool to see. Nerdburglar here from that bottom trench, working it up the floor. Defense from Clicky Pow, evading and almost converting was Nerd. Will be sent out and now taken by Redfire. Redfire back to the corner through the tube, the tunnel rather. Now Nerdburglar, another one of those boosts down the floor. Definitely needed it because there is a defender not far behind, so just manages to evade Raichu, who's been very, very active defensively and offensively for that matter. Had those 7 points in round 1. And off of this clear. Right back to the top of the trench, beyond the reach of User. So Shade now being stunned, and Nerdburglar gets another one. There's 4 points. Below 0 is above 2 on the scoreboard. Halfway through round 2 at that.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're underway.
Thanks for those hydrate redemptions, also. Keeping me in check. And gladly doing so. Drink of choice today, Sprite. That said, it's a light in the goal from Raichu. And Raichu just feeling mighty good. High percentage, 1-on-1. That's what, 9 points? Yeah, 9 points Raichu, with a couple steals as well. So with that tied up at 4 apiece, 4.5 minutes left in the second round. Catcher with the disc, Catcher to the tunnel. And caught by User to the cross, a little bit beyond Nerdburglar's reach, but will be in the area for a recovery there before Redfire is able to catch up. But as I say that, it's Raichu again, another turnover forced by him. And Raichu now with the disc with a clear. And a bouncer as the teammates come flying through. Goal is covered off here by True Shot, who's had a couple nice saves. Offense starting to roll out for the side of Crusaders, but instead, just beyond the reach on that bounce. And a nice dive from True Shot to at least slap it out momentarily. And good defense as well coming in from Catcher and Nerdburglar as well as User. All up at that nest, basically. But still yet a recovery here from Clicky, and Clicky getting clocked. So tick-tock, the time is running down. 3.5 minutes left, 4-4. So user now with a disc, another soft one over, and just into the midst of Catcher, and Catcher with the 3. So Catcher in the eye. And the Shade, that is to say Shade, almost another save. I think it might have been off the head because it still counted as 3, so unfortunate turn of events, turn of bounces in fact. That's 3 points up. Again, for below 0, they're looking to maybe take this into a 3rd round if they can. That's best of 3. So very nice score, off the dome or otherwise. Now up to Shade. Shade with it clear. Callan with a shout-out redemption, wanting me to talk about creamy milk. For those confused, and Callan does that to a lot of people. Indeed. A team formerly known as Milk, then Creamy Milk, almost Shepherd's Milk. A lot of milks, definitely. No longer a team, unfortunately, but can't cry over spilt milk. But they did have the best/worst logo in the league, I can confirm. The one that I love to hate. And that said, I miss it, and that shot is also missing, but will be rebounded by Raichu Surfs. Raichu having it knocked out by the head, I think, of Catcher. Nerd Burglar sending it through, but right back, unfortunately, on the bounce. Now, they still do have a true shot in the goal, but just gonna wait for the teammates to catch up to it. Well, like I said, the best/worst logo, Khaled. I mean, I miss it now that it's gone. Right there on the shot, that almost went off the backboard, but will be snagged here by Raichu. Now Raichu trying to avoid Catcher and Nerd, another tap boost. You see Nerd Burglar taking a lot of those tap boosts. And another backboarder just goes back to the wedge. So with that, trying to, again, get back on the scoreboard here. 1:24. If Ultimate Crusaders can't get another one up there soon, they're going to be forced into this 3rd round. Before you know it. Now see, the thing about the Milk logo, especially the early Milk logo, I mean, it had no color to it. It was just a cup of milk, but the worst offense was that it had ice. Okay? You know, who puts ice in milk? That's why it was so bad. Don't worry, it's not just a case of me being mean, because, you know me. I wouldn't be mean for the sake of it, but, I gotta make a stand when it comes to ice cubes inside milk. That's a no-go. That said, that is a good shot from Nerd Burglar, doing all the offensive duties just about. As well as Rye. Why did I say Rye? Catcher, because I said Catcher in the Rye, yeah. Anyway, regardless, Nerd is up to, what, 8 points, matching just about Raichu, who had 9. Yeah, round 3 is all but guaranteed now. And that is a really nice comeback round here for the Ultimate Crusaders. Gotta love it. This was already the running theme in weeks 4 and 5 in Cycle 1, right? How, as we always say, after that initial couple weeks of a new season, by the time you get into weeks 3, 4, 5, etc., it's pretty much competitive matches from there on out because of that ladder system and the MMR. I mean, you'll get 3rd rounds, you'll get reverse sweeps, you'll get overtimes. We even had a double overtime game in that week 5, so yeah, it is not unusual whatsoever. We're going to a 3rd. 9-4. Basically, actually, yeah, an exact inverse of what it was in round 1. Just for the opposite teams here, which was already implied by inverse. But nonetheless, going back to the score screen here for you guys, and yeah, kind of a mirror match thus far. See, what's Callan's logo looking like here for the Hive? Okay, no ice cubes. So immediate improvement. No, cool. Hive Mind, and I like it. That's actually a pretty cool logo. Callan, Captain Will, Kaznaz, Supreme. And how do I even pronounce the last one? Zorzor. So yeah, might see Hive Mind later on today. Ricks are asking, Dimwee, anyone else going to be casting? Probably not Dimwee, unless he changed his mind. But after the Challenger Cup over the weekend, I think Dimwee mentioned needing a couple extra days off, perhaps. I would expect Dimwee probably back by tomorrow or Wednesday or something like that. Maybe tonight, who knows? I can't speak other than what I heard a few days ago. But that's it. Round 3, ladies and gents. and Jackson Jills and Echo Bots all over the world. The third round is going to start with a beautiful joust. Look at that. True shot. Bouncing it on that neutral joust, and User doesn't convert for the second goal from User. Now, scoreboard will only say that's the first goal, but remember that one earlier was tapped by Shade on the way in. So really nice joust there. Got him the first 2 points. And Redfire with a disc. Redfire here, the captain for Ultimate Crusaders. Definitely needing to play some catch-up after a few goals and two below 0 in that last round towards the end, and definitely don't want to get too far behind here. You know, got to find that rhythm back again. Clicky does just that. Again, those hesitation moves. And I don't say that as if it's a bad thing, of course. Just putting in the little hezi, right? It freezes up the goalkeeper, makes him a little bit nervous. When's it gonna shoot? When's it gonna shoot? Oh, well, now it's in the goal. Of course, you got to get clever, especially, you know, True Shot in the goal has already had a few saves in there, so can't be tossing discs and shots in too casually. You got to throw in those extra little jukes and hitches in your shot. Now, with that hitching off on the anchor, the player anchor, it was User. User sending it cross. Nerdburglar couldn't quite get there. Now a pile up, 4 different players, but Nerdburglar just by the lonesome. Now trying to look for User, I believe, up there at the shoulder, but User had actually kind of left the spot, so trying to find that communication perhaps here a little bit, but instead a snag by Raichu, who's already had a multitude of grabs thus far. That's going to go all the way into the blue side. Raichu here up to 4 steals. Possibly even more that weren't credited. Wouldn't be surprised. That said, over on the cross pass, Clicky couldn't find Raichu, but the bounce looks like it shall. Raichu from that shoulder, tapping off a attempted handoff to the nest, but you can see Redfire was going to be there had it not been for the stuns from below 0. So trying to ice them on the defense, appropriate for the name of this team here, is will be in the blue, taken back out. And tapping it to the midfield, however, Clicky Pow with that disc. A little hop and a bounce, but no buddy home. Except Raichu, I suppose, so I take it right back. And back into the trap, or actually the mid lane, it'll bounce. So snagged here by User. User through the orange. This could be snagged, though, by Shade. It was kind of close. You saw Catcher was in the lane, but not right in time, unfortunately. So Catcher with the disc now from up high. Trying to space and look for their passes. That's always the trouble, of course, when you kind of leak your anchors with a disc. You already want to know where that next pass is going. I think that's where, you know, some teams, especially newer, as that shot gets saved. Whoa! By Raichu! What a big grab. That looked like a guaranteed goal, but then flying through. Apparently an air Pokemon now is Raichu. Because that looked like a guaranteed shot just about, but instead, just a better save. So it gets snagged here and sent to the midfield. You can see that replay on the save just swooping by. Will be a Nerdburglar here, however. And up to User. Right, you're looking more like a Zapdos on that one. But Nerdburglar now with a disc. Defense here for Shade and Raichu both inside the bubble. A dynamic and dangerous defensive duo. Over to the midfield now, though, taken back by True Shot. A True Shot with the disc. Now up high, right past Clicky's arms, but Shade diving out wisely to kind of recover and help it out. That set into the trap, though. It's Catcher still staying in the midfield and still in the right place for the right time. And there it is again. Catcher yet again a fling into that bubble. Now, oh, everybody missing, but User will not. They're up by 2, and those missed grabs could prove costly in the context of this match. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, back into it here. Grumpiest Room now in the chat, as well as Daniel clasping lead. Welcome to Twitch. Great to see Grumpy. We see Grumpy over the weekend, and hopefully some Grumpy in the cast sometime soon. How about that? Always glad to see Grumpy. You know, I was just talking about how offensive players have to throw those hitches and stuff in their shot. Of course, I didn't mention Grumpy, but I was, of course, thinking Grumpy every time I mention any time on the offensive players as they go into goalkeepers, throwing in the extra moves. There's always a few players that stick out, Grumpy being one of them for sure. User here with a disc, and User sending it over to Nerdburglar, maybe off the bounce. Now Nerdburglar with that disc. And Nerdburglar might be a name that Grumpy recognizes there from a few years back. Taking it here on the shoulder. Raichu, though, losing it. Over to the wedge. He'll be Clicky Fox with the recovery. And now Clicky trying to send it down that lane. Now they've been scoreless for a little bit here. There's a little bit of a dubstep disc. That's something you want to see, so I'm wondering if there's a crash impending for whoever threw that. But nonetheless, it doesn't really damage too much. Nerdburglar does recover at the very least. And yeah, I saw Nerdburglar Grumpy kind of an hour before looking at the rosters. I'm assuming it's the same Nerdburglar. Based on some of these tap boosts and these shots, I'm guessing it must be the same one that you and I both know. Coming back into Echo Arena and right into the arena, out of the line. It's True Shot. Again, we've seen some fantastic saves from several players here. True Shot, though, has had at least a few of them now. It's a great grab. User has to be careful, however, because there is some defense in the area. Back into the bottom of the trench, Nerdburglar takes it over, has the option to the barrier. Oh, right idea, but the execution not quite there. Looks like Clicky Pow is Clicky out. Now going long arm there, playing some gorilla tag perhaps. But with that set up here, it's Nerdburglar with a recovery, Nerdburglar with a disc. Trying to dodge through Raichu, does so with success. Over to the bow tie, good pass to User in the right place. User been definitely eyeing those crosses, the cross passes that is, a lot of the time that they've been diving out. And gets another grab here. 3 minutes left in this third round of this match, and losing the disc out to the sideline. Gonna be taken by the panel, Nerdburglar, but right back again with the pickoff. It's Redfire getting stunned. So User, there he goes. You can see User definitely eyeing those passes, and I love it. That said, a good dive from Clicky will knock it loose, and then Shade completing the clear. Now, most unfortunately, however, True Shot is there for the recovery, and now the defense is all out of position, so maybe a push up the floor here. Good delivery on the pass, but no, right off of the post, and Shade as well. An extra tap before Raichu sends it, but again, there's Catcher. Playing that midfield, true to Catcher's name, Nerdburglar. Trying to get that shot, would have been an important hit. Could have been a little bit of ice, especially in a lower scoring match like this with 2:20 left. That would have been a big hit, but nonetheless, True Shot in the back line. So between True Shot and Catcher, they've really been playing those lanes well, and it's been on this side of the floor for a very, very long time. See, possession time there. It's actually pretty even, 50-50. But just in terms of the last couple minutes, it was really staying on the orange side for a long time. So finally gets into the blue zone. Will give an opportunity maybe for a tie or even a lead being taken by Ultimate Crusaders if things pan out well. There's Raichu being stunned by Nerdburglar. Redfire gonna space the floor, recognizing that Clicky was there for the recovery. A nest pass, but beautiful dive from Catcher. Catcher's really just been in the perfect spot for so many of these grabs, whether in the midfield or even in the goal there at the nest. Now Clicky with a recovery, needs to be careful. User is there. Midfield clear, will bounce and get stuck here inside the tunnel. So, all right, deep clear, that's gonna bounce. Oh, very, very dangerously close to the goal. Now diving all the way out was Shade, but leaving the goal open and exposed, but no, couldn't convert the shot. Again, that could have been some game-winning opportunities, potentially with a minute left. I mean, that would have put them up by a couple goals, a few, in fact, as Nerdburglar tries to secure this disc. So does so with some success over at the shoulder, but being snagged beautifully by Raichu, but Raichu being stunned right back. Ultimate Crusaders in desperate need of a goal, and a goal very, very soon. That clear could help, but it's True Shot. Like I said, True Shot and Catcher, they have just been there the entire time. So those clears, I think, for Ultimate Crusaders, as they try and get a grab. What a fantastic one that was from Clicky, but Nerdburglar secures at the last moment for the sling in for the two. It's 20 seconds left. With that, that's going to guarantee the win here for below zero. Off of what was some great defense. I think where it fell apart for Ultimate Crusaders was the lack of successful clears, basically, because it was so well covered by either rather catcher or true shot. As maybe one more shot, opting to hold on to it. Why not? And that will give the victory to Below Zero. But yeah, I think where it got lost there for the side of Ultimate Crusaders is they played some good defense there in spurts, but those clears are where they had some trouble, so maybe opting for more passes, because you saw with Below Zero, they were definitely prioritizing those passes on those crosses, right? Like, whenever you saw User or Nerd kind of diving in, they usually had some options to hopefully pass to on a lot of those attempts. They were looking for it. So that's just kind of where they were undone. Gave too many opportunities to Below Zero. But off to the third round score screen here, again courtesy of Ignite, and allow me just a quick second to hydrate myself and also give you guys your channel points. All right, well, there you go. The underdogs, and I would suppose that's because, you know, Ultimate Crusaders are more the known commodity in comparison to Below Zero, who, again, this was their third match. They do have that aforementioned veteran presence in Nerd Burglar here joining the team. And, you know, surpassing the expectations. So, yeah, looks like Nate Appleton there got about 3K channel points. So, hey. Living large off of this stream here. And yeah, for those who are unaware, of course, the channel point rewards, you got those that you can redeem for casted matches if you pay 15,000 channel points. And again, channel points are earned purely by watching VRML or doing the channel point predictions before these matches on Channel 1. So you earn channel points and you can redeem it for fun little shoutouts or word games with the casters. Or better yet, casted matches for teams to kind of guarantee themselves those opportunities. But with that, quick look at read at the stats here. After the third round series reverse sweep from Below Zero, it was catcher with a couple of assists, couple saves, and 40 stuns. You had Nerd Burglar with 10 points to lead the whole game here offensively, and 1 save, 6 steals. And 41 stuns, so gigantic effort from Nerd Burglar for sure. True Shot with a assist, 5 saves, 2 stuns, plenty of interceptions as well. And then User coming in after the first round, I believe, with the 4 points, 1 assist, 1 save, 1 steal, 21 stuns. Over on the side of Ultimate Crusaders, after a very nice start to their first round there, 9 points. In total, they weren't quite able to get it going as much in the next rounds, but it was still good efforts from Clicky Pow with 2 points, 2 assists, 5 saves, 6 steals. I mean, like I said, the defense was definitely in their favor. Look at that, 71% of the saves on the whole for Ultimate Crusaders, as well as 71% steals and 61 saves, excuse me, but impressive numbers for sure. Raichu with 9 points, 1 save, 6 steals, and 9 stuns. So definitely high scoring for Raichu. Redfire putting together 4 points, 2 assists, and 5 steals. And then Shade in the goal with 8 saves. Plenty of interceptions there, 7 stuns as well. But just ultimately, it's what happened after the saves where they just couldn't get the offense going because it stayed on the orange side of the floor so long on a lot of those opportunities, especially in that last round or two. But with that, that is the game. Daniel in there asking if this is only first round. No, that was the full 3 rounds. You can see the scores there kind of in the bottom middle section of the screen. Each round is 10 minutes, best of 3, so they're up to 10-minute rounds there. So we just had ourselves that reverse sweep across the 30. If one round was only 30 minutes now, I think that would give some veteran players some trouble even. Those would be some long games. I'm sure plenty would be down for it though, but you know. 10-minute rounds. 10-minute rounds. So, alright, with that is the solo stream for now. gonna go check out the schedules and kind of set off for the night in a little bit. So can't confirm what the games may or may not be yet, but you guys will see it soon. Of course, just tune into the Discord channel, organization channel. You can check, of course, vrml.com/echoarena/matches, or if you're following this channel and you have the little bell hit there, you'll also get notified when we go live. But of course, as is often the case, North America Primetime will have a lineup of streams for you all up in a row, several games. So don't you worry. Until then, though, I've been Palidore. That's been VRML, start of Cycle 2. Thank you all you guys in the Twitch chat for tuning in. By the by, see you a little bit later. I'll even bring my face cams next time. By popular demand, maybe. I don't know. With that, though, yeah. Be happy, healthy, safe. Good to each other as always. Bacon Ace. Joker Lumaduty, probably yes. And I'll see you again real soon.
We're underway. Save! Steal! Interception!
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.